guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite topics, which is of course microneedling. So as most of you guys probably know, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a little while, I almost completely got rid of my shallow pitted rolling scars by religiously microneedling every single month using a derma roller and derma pen with a needle length of 1.5 to 2 millimeters. So if you haven't actually heard of microneedling and you're wondering what it is, essentially you're pricking your skin with tiny little microneedles, basically to induce collagen so that your skin reacts to it as if there is a wound and it's trying to heal. So if you are somebody with indented scars or any kind of scars really, by using microneedling tools, you're basically stimulating the collagen, stimulating the healing process all over again. Hit the like button if you too are also on this skin healing journey. So there are quite a few things I wish I knew before I started microneedling, so I wanted to share them with you today, and they are probably not things you've heard of before. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So the first thing that I want to mention, and it is super important because the newer your scars, the easier they're going to be to heal. So my acne scars were about 6 months old by the time I started microneedling. I appreciate that if you're on something like Roaccutane, you need to give your skin a little bit more time to heal when you come off the drug. So yeah, waiting sort of 6 months I think is the recommended time. Always best to check with your dermatologist. But yeah, I waited 6 months till my skin had fully healed before I started to go through and actually microneedle. But yeah, the newer they are, the easier the results are going to be, particularly from speaking to other people in the Instagram acne community. I regularly hear people say that the older their scars are, the less likely they are to completely heal. But that being said, there have been some seriously incredible results. Myself, I have experienced the best results I could have ever imagined. My skin had shallow pitted rolling scarring, and yeah, as I said earlier, like I almost completely have got rid of them. There's only a very few of them left, and yeah, they're totally unnoticeable even to me. And you know, I always analyse my skin probably way too closely. So yeah, I guess my advice would be to start as soon as you can. The next thing I wish I knew, number 2, is to keep your skin super hydrated. And I read this so many times, but it cannot be more true. If you go in and microneedle, your skin is actually going to really start to dry out and could even peel, flake, become more irritated, and really just be inflamed and not really do the healing process the way you want it to go. So I would really recommend, even if you have oily skin, even if you never get dry skin, please keep your skin hydrated. I use a product called Infadolan, which I'll put on screen now. I've always used this straight after microneedling. It was advised by the OwnDoc instructions. So I buy everything, all of my microneedling products from OwnDoc, and yeah, on that shop you can also buy Infadolan. And this basically acts as a barrier so that your skin can really heal, especially those few hours after you finish microneedling. You really want to protect your skin and stop it from drying out. Number 3, and I never realized this, but I wish I did. And again, this is anecdotal because it happened to me, and also from speaking to lots of other people that I know that have microneedled too. If you're somebody that wakes up in the morning and your acne scars seem a lot shallower, like a lot smoother, then this is going to work really well for you. I used to always notice that when I woke up in the morning, my scars were just so much less visible. My skin just felt a lot plumper, and then towards the end of the day, gradually, slowly, they would come back. And yeah, before I went to bed, that's always when I felt like my scars were the most visible. And so yeah, I started to notice a trend that if anybody has also said the same, they seem to have had really good results with their scarring. And I think those scars tend to be those sort of rolling scars or boxcar scars? Yeah, boxcar scars as well. But yeah, less so with like the ice pick scarring, because they can sometimes be a little deeper and also just a little harder to treat. With microneedling, there are other treatments that you can do. But yeah, that's what I've heard. So number 4 is that you don't need to stay in the house and avoid makeup for days after. When I first started looking into microneedling, I felt like I heard this quite a lot. Like if ever I was in little like forums online, like trying to find out other people's results, most people were saying that they sort of stayed away from like any sunlight, they never put any makeup on, they stayed basically indoors and didn't do anything for days after. But I've never done that, and I've always had really good results. Don't get me wrong, I really would not put anything on your skin for at least 12 hours after. But if you're somebody like myself who works, I would usually microneedle on say a Sunday afternoon at sort of 4 or 5 o'clock. I would put all my Infadolan on after and to keep my skin hydrated, but I would go to bed and the following morning I'd wake up and just apply my normal skincare, something very gentle, like a gentle cleanser, a gentle moisturizer, and yes, I would even put makeup on. I would put Bare Minerals, you know, the sort of mineral foundation, and yeah, everything would be fine. And I would actually really advise doing that, because there's really no reason to make yourself feel like bored and lonely and kind of, you know, upset about your skin by staying at home all day. Like there just really isn't any need. Okay, so number 5, and potentially you might have heard this one before, but it is so important, and I still get messages on Instagram and on here all the time asking why they haven't seen results, that they've done this for 6 months and they've seen nothing. So I really want to tell you that results are slow, and you really have to put a lot of time, energy and patience into seeing results, because I personally didn't see anything until about a year later. So I would say maybe at a sort of month, maybe sort of 9, 10, I thought I was starting to see some small improvements, but it really wasn't that year mark that I started to think, okay, you know what, I'm comparing this to actually how my skin looked this time last year, and there has definitely been improvements. And it was probably about a year and a half even that I was like, wow, okay, my skin actually really does look how I want it to look. I can really see an improvement in my scarring. They're basically, for the most part, gone. And I was amazed, honestly amazed. And yeah, so I just want to say, hang in there. If you haven't seen results yet, they are slow, they are gradual. It takes a long time for things to heal, particularly something like acne scars. So yeah, be patient, and yeah, as I said, hang in there. Number 6, and this again is super important because for me, vitamin A has also been the perfect partner to microneedling. Like I said, I didn't see results at all till about sort of 10 months in, and it was at that point that I started to incorporate a retinol, and I used that retinol and I started to see improvements. However, I had tried a retinol probably a year or so before that with absolutely no results whatsoever. In fact, I really didn't get on with it at all. So yeah, it just shows that retinol on its own didn't really do anything, but again, microneedling on its own took a long time. So vitamin A really amped up the results. I then went on to Accutane, which also is a derivative of synthetic vitamin A. So yeah, by taking Accutane, I felt like those results were also sped up from the year I had microneedled beforehand. And after this, I've been using tretinoin, as you guys know if you follow this channel. So yeah, I feel like vitamin A has always been incorporated in my microneedling routine since I've been seeing these amazing results. So definitely something to bear in mind. So another misconception, and something I didn't realize before I started, is that microneedling tools, the needles, can be used multiple times, so long as they have been sterilized. Like, so long as they're cleaned properly, you can use them more than once. And in fact, I've even used mine up to sort of 5, 6 times previously with no kind of negative results. The only reason that I actually changed them is because they will start to get blunt. But in the beginning, I was under the impression that I could really only use them once, maybe twice. I've read a lot of people saying the same sort of things online, so I just assumed that was the case. But having done some research and trying this out for myself, you can definitely use them on multiple occasions, so long as they're not blunt and so long as you sterilize them. So now if you want to see a full tutorial on how I microneedle at home, I've actually started microneedling again, as I've been breaking out a bit over the last few months due to my gut health. So yeah, I've started microneedling again, and I've shared exactly how I do this. So click on the box below, go and check that out if you're also interested in how to actually do this. Now you know exactly what not to do, what to expect, and yeah, what to incorporate. So I hope that's been helpful. Click the box below and I will see you over there.